Welcome to the MTAQ Cars and Coffee. If you want to see videos like this, just hit like, hit subscribe, costs you nothing. Smash the bell. And have a look at the description about MTAQ down below. There's some links there. Go and check it out and have a look at what they're all about because, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Well, let's go and catch some action. G'day Mitch, I've asked to have a chat to you today because anyone that watches our live show will know quite often we mention the Hyundais and we've mentioned the i30N a lot. So I believe, and I've not driven one yet myself, but I believe these
you always take it for a spin if you want.
Yeah, that's the go. I believe it's certainly one that's worth getting, like,
Absolutely.
because of the versatility of it.
Look, I can put my mum, my grandma and my wife in the car and take it for a drive down to Tweed Heads for the day cruise.
Yep.
Or I can leave them at home and head out to Lakeside or Queensland Raceway.
You've done a few track days already,
I've done
you?
2.
Yep.
I've done 2 so far. So if you told me that I'd be taking an i30 to the track, I would have laughed at you. But for what it is, for Hyundai's first dig, a little hot hatch, it's an amazing little car.
Yeah. So definitely a recommendation if someone's looking for that crossover between daily and...
Yeah, absolutely. And they've just come out with a fastback, so a lot of families are getting the fastback model.
Yep.
Gives that little bit of extra room, a bit of extra boot space. But for me, I'd highly recommend the hatch.
Yeah.
It's definitely my go-to.
And are you finding yourself, changing those modes all the time when you're out driving on a Sunday?
I think I've done eco mode once when I picked my wife up from the hospital. And since
just to show that you're driving,
just to show that I'm
behaving driving.
Yeah, nice and quiet and relaxed. But between N mode and custom, it's all the modes are set to full except for the suspension in custom, just to give me that little bit of extra cushion if I'm just driving around the city kind of thing.
Yeah,
it gets a bit bumpy.
It sounds great.
Sounds great. From stock, nice pops and bangs up through the gears. But I've recently put a res delete in it, and they've doubled and tripled in noise, doubled and tripled in amount. It's a great little car, and you can't help but get a smile when you get the pops and bangs on.
Yeah. Now, have you always been into hot hatches, or what?
Well, I've had Subaru little hatch before, but all my other cars have sort of been sort of the sedan-y 4-door. But
you've had Skylines and everything, haven't you?
There's 32 for a
30.
small tire.
Yep.
But I don't know. I just get more fun driving this little 4-door little Hyundai hatch. Well, I do miss the Subaru all drive, but the E-diff in this thing's great in the corners.
Okay.
It really.
That's where you really notice it in the cornering.
Turn in, and you can actually feel it sort of pull you through the corners and hold you through the corner. It's a great little diff.
Okay, that's interesting. And what got you into cars, mate? Obviously, you've got a bit of a passion for cars.
My old man was not much of a car guy, and he'd always get a bit antsy when I'd rock up in a loud car. So I always liked something.
You rebelled.
Yeah, a little bit, but people don't look at this much and think that it's got too much under the bonnet, or it's going to make too much noise, and they're pleasantly surprised. So I just like the little sleepery aspect of it.
Nah, good. And what was your first car?
It was a 1995 Mitsubishi Lancer CC.
There you go.
Bright red.
There you go. We all got to start somewhere, hey?
Started from the bottom.
I know Tyler's there. He's still driving his Mitsubishi Mirage.
So
first car.
Mitzi.
Mate, Mitch, I appreciate that. And it was good to see one up close because I've seen him at the track days, but haven't really stopped and had a good look at him.
Want to take it for a spin? I'm happy to jump in the passenger seat.
we might do that.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Thanks, Mitch.
No worries. Thank you.
Reg, now we've seen you at many car shows.
I've been around a long time.
But I don't think too many people realise until you pop the bonnet and what's going on here.
It's all under the bonnet.
It is, and then I know you like to wake up a few of us young fellas at the lights occasionally.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Mate, tell us about it. Tell us about the car. So what is it?
It's a 1951 Ford Custom.
Yep.
4-door sedan, that's all it is, and I've owned it now nearly 50 years. But it's, I mean, I was in the delinquents, I was the policeman in the delinquents with Kylie Minogue, 89, I think, released in 1990. Expo for Rock and Roll Weeks, I've been around it. I've done a lot for Channel 9, Channel 7, a lot of their shows. Yeah. But I've got older now, I'm 80 this July, so.
Oh, yeah.
Got old and grey, so.
Oh, mate.
But I mean, it's just
look
a
a day over 79.
Curiosity thing. And I have been, I worked for 61 years, and I give it away. And then I got crook with a rotten prostate cancer. But the thing is that these are the things that keep you out of the dark spots. And honestly, that's what motivates you.
Yep.
So, I mean, I've been playing around now with turbos and superchargers, and till I got to what I got now.
Well, let's mention that. What is going on under the bonnet here?
Well, this particular engine now is all scat inside. It's got a 4 1/8 inch steel crank scat in it. It's got a HB scat steel rods and Arias forged pistons. I did that because I wanted to play around with it a bit. But the hard part with these here, because you only got a maximum of 5,500 revs in them, you need the whole concept's change, you know, and that's the hard part, trying to get around what suits.
So it's not about having that big turbo sitting
No,
in there?
that won't work, mate.
Yep.
I spent a lot of money on turbos, and the original one I had success with was a diesel, but I thought bigger and better, the same as off my Pelton Ute, but it doesn't work. But these here, the diesel ones, like these particular ones are off Mazda B2600. Yep. And they actually run up to 5,500, and they have 10 plus pounds of boost. Oh, this will hit 10 pound at 5,500. Yeah. Normally it's about 4,600 revs, you know. Yep. But I've got 292 diff gears, so when I go to the coast I run 1,100 revs in fifth. It's got a 5-speed in it as well. And that's what makes a big difference to it. But it's a super cruiser. It's got 300mm discs on the front and 280mm discs on the back, and power. Yeah. So it does stop all right. But this engine is actually, it's relieved in the top of the block. We cut from the heads of the valves through into the cylinder. It just makes the flathead flow better. Okay. And it's 7.5 to 1 compression. It's got 175 pounds in each cylinder, and hitting that with 10 pound of boost, it gives you 400 pounds in each cylinder. Wow. Yes, I have done 2 head gaskets. But, I mean, it goes quite good. With the carburettor, the trouble is you've got, when the engine's running, it's got to suck through it for the fuel. Yeah. And then you've got positive energy on the other side because it's a blow-through style setup. And then there's a couple of things you've got to do to the carby. You drill the fuel hole and then run a couple of tubes around, because it aerates the fuel and spills out everywhere. That's the problem when you add it with a turbo. So this here now is running the Sniper. Yep. The Holy Sniper EFI and fuel injection one. Brilliant. You've spent a few dollars under the bonnet here. There's $15,000 worth of bits in there. Yeah. Side valve stuff's there, you know. Yeah. So, but that, I mean, it's quite successful. The things here with the Holly, they have a lot of reference points. This only has 3. It's got the O2 sensor in the exhaust, the temperature sensor in the head, and then it uses the coil for counting. That's
there's so much you can still connect, right?
Oh yeah. But it's
you don't need it.
It runs very well, you know. Yeah. It can tip the fuel in. Like I burnt the last 103 kilometres, and I put in 44 litres of fuel. So,
yeah, righto.
All depends how much the wheels slip in the wet.
Well, you're going to get a bit today because we're getting wet now, aren't we? This is not the usual sort of car day, but this thing gets driven, right? That's the thing. You're out and about in it.
Every Friday night.
Not afraid of a bit of rain.
Usually Sunday somewhere, just needs an excuse to go out. But not
we can
so
always
much
spot you at Munchies.
Yes.
Out at Yank Tanks. I know you're usually a regular there, so But we might get out of this rain, and I
Alright.
appreciate you actually coming on and telling us about it, because yeah, it's always interesting, and we never knew about it for a lot of the times we'd seen it, a lot of years we'd seen it, what was sitting under here. So
It needs a plastic bonnet.
yeah, mate, just to tell us all, and something
I'm in
to
4
see
set of
through.
bonnet hinges.
Mate, it is brilliant, and they get that whistle, and yeah, everyone goes, oh, what the heck's going on there? Well done. Thanks for talking to us, Reg.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, Zane, couple of things, mate. I know you watch already.
Yep.
And you've come out with your Skyline today, and Tyler wants to get some tips because he's got one on a truck on the way here, as you know. But what's going on here in the 34, mate?
Well, it's an RB 2530.
Yep.
It's sitting with a Garrett GDX 3582R. About 450 at the treads.
That's pretty respectable.
Yeah, it's definitely not its ending point though. Unfortunately we had a clutch blowout on the dyno, so yeah, it's currently just got a heavy duty in it. Blew the clutch on the dyno, and fortunately couldn't get anything more out of it. So saving up for a twin plate at the moment, and we'll run it again. It's currently running on E85.
Yep.
Went for the E85 because it was just a lot safer to run, and
We'll let this guy drive through. Hang on.
yeah.
Interrupting the process,
I know.
but it's all good.
Rude.
That's what happens when we get to a car show and then we get rain. But back to where we were. So yeah, E85 run flex.
No, so it's straight E85 at the moment. I didn't really worry about the flex because I was a little bit focused. I sort of had a budget of about three and a half to get it up and running.
Yeah.
Had some dramas when I first bought it. Purchased it for about 25, and I probably spent about 4 into getting it up and running again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of dramas. Found out the fuel pump was undersized, 750cc injectors, so we sort of changed all those over and got the retune.
Okay. Now, not your first Skyline either.
No, so I had a 33.
So you've been there, done that.
Been there, done that. I love me 33s, but luckily I came across a cheap 34 off a friend, and he obviously didn't want it anymore.
It is
So-
33 is boat weather today, though.
Yeah, I wish.
Mate, yeah, look, when did it start for you, though? Your passion for cars.
Probably on my first movies. Like
Yep.
I definitely around a lot of Fast and Furious, got into a lot of my experience.
Yep.
Loved watching all the cars go around. Definitely Tokyo Drift, as I think is everyone's favourite as far as the Jap scene goes. But
Very much like Tyler.
yeah,
The same era.
my father's always been into cars as well.
Yep.
He's currently got a 71 HQ
Ah,
with a
perfect.
454 in it.
Sounds a little bit similar to us, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so he definitely started me in the scene, helping him out, going down to events such as Power Cruise. Then I sort of got sick and tired of sitting in the passenger seat and wanted to learn how to do it myself. So I saved up some money, went out and got myself a Tuffy.
And what about the first car? What was that one?
The first car was just a little,
We all got to start somewhere.
naturally aspirated.
Yep.
So it's a bit of a big jump, go from probably 200 honest horsepower to
What model was the first car for you?
33 Series 1 I had.
So you started off in the Sky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I learned to drive in Commodores and
Yeah.
went straight to the Skylines because I sort of fell in love.
Right, done well.
Yeah.
And anything for the future now? What's next?
Probably next I'd say is just sorting out the dramas and getting it streetable.
Yeah.
So at the moment we got a couple of issues with the shocks and the suspension.
Yep.
Obviously the clutch I'll fix and might probably take it up to about 500 at the wheels.
Wow.
The tuner says we can easily, the turbo's rated for about 700, so the tuner says we can probably push it to about 600 at the wheels, but there's only so much I want to take it before goes from a street car to something you've got to manage every time you take it out to the track.
Yeah, spot on. That's the thing with big horsepower. It becomes upkeep as well, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So, but no, that's pretty respectable what you got going on there now, mate. And appreciate you coming out and having a
Yeah,
chat
no
to us.
worries.
Thanks, Zane.
Thanks heaps.
Wolfgang, good to have a chat. eMotion Concepts, this is the company. Now you've got obviously some electric mobility items around here at the moment, not just, well, scooters, but there's a bit of a mixture of everything here, isn't there?
Yeah, so with eMotion Concepts, what we really have been looking at is sort of the urban transport side of things, and with that sort of, it's all about low speed electric transport.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we range from certainly a smaller size scooter, right up to, this is like passenger
As well as urban transport of goods.
Yep.
And with our transport side, we again have looked at the low speed side, and these scooters, for instance, the iLark is a scooter which is very similar in the use of the Lime scooters,
Right,
or Newton
yes,
scooters, which you can hire, but for a personal side. And we say that our scooters give you more safety, more agility, more fun.
Okay, because what speeds do these get up to, I guess?
Okay, these ones here, legal in Queensland is 25 kilometers an hour.
Yep.
For them, no registration or driver's license required. Our other vehicles go up to 50 kilometers an hour, and in Queensland and WA, South Australia and the Northern Territory, they're classed as mopeds and can be driven with a normal car license,
Okay.
but have to be registered.
Now, there's also a few different things about the way that these handle, and now you showed me before how they keep upright,
Yes.
isn't it? That's the big difference with these.
Yes. So the two wheels in front obviously give immediate a sense of more stability, but also because it's got a double wishbone suspension, the way it handles over bumps or uneven roads is quite different to your normal two-wheel scooters. The other big advantage of these scooters is that the wheels are quite large. A lot of the Lime scooters and so forth, they have maybe about 10-inch wheels,
Yep.
and any holes in the or potholes or uneven footpaths, will actually be danger for them. Our wheels are 14-inch in diameter to the outside, and that obviously gives it also a little bit more stability.
Right.
All our vehicles in the personal mobility side have battery exchange. They're swappable batteries.
Oh, okay.
And we find that this is probably the way to go for the smaller size, because
You don't have to wait for that charge time.
that's correct. You can always have a second battery,
Mm-hmm.
or you can park your vehicle and take the battery up to your office, or at home you take it inside and charge it inside.
Okay. And now how far does the battery go?
Well, with these little ones here, you can have a range of 35 kilometers, and some of the other ones go up to about 90 kilometers.
Wow. Okay. And then you can have as many spare batteries as well, of course.
Well, that's
It's
correct,
Up to you how many you want to take.
For the commercial applications, we don't see any other way than having a battery swap. And that's simply because the battery is really just your fuel tank.
Yep.
And in some ways, you imagine that you have your car refueling for 5 hours.
Yeah. It's just not practical.
Yes, and in the commercial environments, you want to deliver, you want to transport goods, and you can't have your vehicle, which is doing the job, sitting just around.
If anyone wants to have a sticky beak at these, where do they find you?
www.e-motionconcepts.com.au, but you're better off probably going to our EMOS website, which is emos.com.au.
We'll throw a couple of links down the bottom in the description for you as well.
No worries.
Go in and have a look, check it out, something fun.
Thanks very much.
How good's the red and green look behind us?
Yeah, beautiful.
It's pretty good. But what do you reckon? For a rainy morning,
It was a really good turnout.
Early?
You had everything. We had like rally-looking cars. We had a Lamborghini. We had Skylines. We had Holdens. We had Fords. We had Subarus. Everything was here.
Skylines. You didn't mention Skylines.
I did. I said Skylines.
Oh. You know about them?
No.
Look, no, it was a great day, and just thank you to everyone that came out with the weather that it is, and also to some of our viewers and followers coming out and saying g'day. We really appreciate that. It spurs us along and keeps us making these videos.
Yeah, of course.
So we'll show you the other cars and coffee as well at the end. Click on that one. And click on that subscribe button.
Yeah, of course. Hit the subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit like. Jump on Facebook. Jump on Instagram. Do it all. Share it out to your friends.
Check out our website.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Overtakinglane.com.au.
How easy is that?
Hit the events. Hit the merch /shop, I believe. It's all there on the website anyway. So
Stay in the rocket lane.
see you in the next one.